got a chance to get some rays if you're driving out and about. Keep it with us. We'll keep you involved with everything going on. Kings in LA tonight to take on the Clippers. It's a big game tonight. A lot of playoff ramifications as we near the final quarter of the season. Scott Marshall on the High Flyer, Henry Turner. Henry, I know you had a busy weekend and you've done a lot of driving this weekend, my friend.
Yes. I have put some miles on the old vehicle. But you know what, Scooter? I'm here. I'm ready to go. And I know how important this game is to Sacramento.
I know you love to race your cars. My favorite cartoon, by the way, growing up was Speed Racer.
Oh, for sure. That was mine
too. It's the best, man. It was the absolute greatest.
You know what? It was the coolest thing, and everybody wanted to be a race car driver.
No doubt. And Evel Knievel, I had my little motorcycle. But anyways, we get way off topic here. All right. If you want to join the program, you certainly can. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Of course, Friday night, what an emotional, historic night it was. De'Aaron Fox came and went. Got the nice ovation with the video tribute, and the Kings got the victory. You know, looking back, Henry, now we've had a couple of days at it. It really could not have gone better for the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, no. I mean, because they got the win.
Yes.
And that's the main thing. I'm not into, Scott, all the hoopla of De'Aaron coming back and are they going to boo him? Are they not going to boo him? I wasn't into none of that. The main thing for me was for the Kings to get the win.
No, and they got it. But to the starting introductions, I mean, there were some boos, but it was mainly applause. And then the video tribute after the first time out, it was really well done by the King organization. Very class thing to do, of course. And that's where the crowd really was able to give their appreciation to De'Aaron.
You know what? Exactly, Scott. It was what the Kings were supposed to do. Yeah. You know, they've done it for other players,
sure,
right? So, you know, when they did it for De'Aaron, I was like, okay, you know, that's good. I'm glad they put it up there. You know, you had some boos, you had some cheers. I was so over that, man. I mean, that part of the night for me was so minuscule. It made me no difference. I wanted the win.
Well, and I understand that. And the W is the biggest thing going forward for it. But it was almost kind of cathartic for the fans, I felt. I felt after that video tribute was done, you could kind of move forward. The first time always back for a former player, especially when it's De'Aaron Fox. I mean, that is a big deal, High Flyer. It is.
Well, the good thing about it is that De'Aaron stunk the whole game.
Yeah, he didn't play well. That's true. He did not play well.
So, yeah, I think that was bigger than anything else. You know, the Kings, De'Aaron Fox walked back into the place, but he didn't have a good game. Can you imagine if he would have came in and had a monster game and San Antonio walked out of here with the win? That's all people would have been talking about.
Of course.
Was that. But it was bigger for us. We needed that W.
Absolutely. And the Kings did get that W. They played very well going away in this one. It was never really close. That second quarter where they outscored the Spurs 36-16, took over and really kind of cruised in that second half.
Played a well-round game, you know, understanding that they didn't have Wemby and De'Aaron, you know, they really played good defense on D. D really didn't get a chance to get off. But I actually, you know, I'm looking at this Kings team and I'm looking at what they're facing right now. They're in a good position to still try to get to where they want to be. But the most important thing is, Scott, all of these teams that they're coming up against to where everybody was like, oh, my God, they got a heavy schedule. Well, a lot of these teams are in demand right now.
True.
A lot of these teams got major guys that's hurt. You're not seeing the full roster. So the Kings almost got a perfect lane to where they want to get to.
True. Now, in fairness, the Kings are banged up right now, too. They don't have a couple of their big pieces. Now, It feels like it's more short-term than long-term. That's the good news. But, I mean, they've had to play, obviously, without Sabonis and Monk here for the last week.
Probably the Denver game is the only game where you missed them. Because, you know, the Kings have been playing good basketball.
They have been.
You know,
absolutely.
Hey, I say it all the time, but I'm going to say it until they take the interim off of Doug Christie. Doug Christie is doing a hell of a job with this basketball team.
Yes, he is.
With everything that's going on, Scott, he has dealt with a tsunami of problems and still somehow miraculously have this team playing at a high level.
No doubt. And I think Doug is really a force of nature. I mean, just his commitment his desire, his unwavering positivity, just over time. I mean, it's infectious. You can't help but want to follow the guy.
You want to believe him. Yes, you definitely buy in to what Doug is selling. But, for Doug Christie, I know for a fact that he had no idea that he was going to have to deal with everything that's going on with this. I'm talking about the injuries, the trade, everything that has encompassed him and his seasons. Like, oh my God, I'd have been to hell and back.
No doubt.
But I'm still out here, and we're still on the march to where we need to be.
No doubt. And I think that's the thing with Doug. He is so solid and so stable, right? And just so focused on the mission.
Bro, like I said, I tip my hat to him every time he walk out there and have a press conference with his black shirt on and the white good luck hat.
I want that white cap, by the way.
White good luck hat. I'm like, go ahead, D, do your thing.
I've got the black Kings cap, which I like, but I want the white Kings cap. I got to look for that in the team.
Yeah, that one has a little luck on. I don't know if they have anymore.
I don't know. It's sweet, though.
Yeah, yes. Very nice.
Sweet look. All right, going back to De'Aaron, let's roll down the numbers. Yes, he did struggle, and he says he hasn't made a shot in the last couple of weeks. It was interesting in the post-game press conference. Obviously, that was well attended after the game as well. But Fox, during the game, was 6 of 17, 16 points. He had 8 assists, 5 rebounds. He was really a non-factor in that game.
I mean, he wasn't the De'Aaron Fox that we were used to seeing.
Not at all.
Okay. And really, Scooter, when you look at what San Antonio is doing, he hasn't shut it down, but he shut it down.
Yeah.
He really wasn't even trying out there on the floor, because we've watched this dude play. Sure. We know when De'Aaron's engaged. We know when he's pushing. We know when we see angry Fox. Mm-hmm. We know all of that. We've watched this dude's whole NBA career. The guy I saw out there was a guy that was going through the motions.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's saying a lot. I don't know if he was going through the motions per se. And I think that's one of the things, honestly, if you look back on De'Aaron's career, I mean, we know what Angry Fox is all about. When he turns it on, he's as good as anybody in the league. Right. But I think one of the things some fans maybe had a little bit of an issue was at times it looks like De'Aaron isn't playing hard. And I don't think it's not because he's not playing hard. It's just part of the way he portrays himself out of the court.
However he prepares himself, Scott, that's his thing. But what I'm saying is that we have seen fourth quarter Fox.
Yes, we have.
And the guy that played with San Antonio the other night wasn't nowhere close to fourth quarter Fox.
I agree with that. And obviously his pinky is giving him a lot of problems. That shooting hand isn't healthy. He said when
the pinky hood.
He's not making it as an excuse. I'm just bringing it up. But he did also say in that post-game press conference that when they get to LA, he's having it looked at. That's where the surgeons are, and they could determine that day that he's going to have surgery right on the spot to end the season.
Wow. Like I said, look like a Fox that didn't shut it down to me.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, let's talk Kings. All right, because that's who we're following going forward. Anyways, here, another efficient night from Zach LaVine. He went for 36, just took 22 shots, made 14 of them, 7 of 11 from 3. This is the Zach LaVine that was playing all year like this in Chicago.
Did you see some of the shots that young man took?
Just incredible.
I mean, they didn't even hit the rim. No. It was just straight net.
Yeah.
Step back with a hand in your face. I mean, when you talk about making hard shots, now it's easy if you're an NBA player, and I can say this, it's easy if you're an NBA player to knock down a three-point shot. Open three-point shot, that's easy.
Yeah.
But the shots that he were making, Scott, were step backs with guys in his face, falling to one side. Boy, I mean, very impressed with how he's shooting the basketball right now.
Yeah, no, he has really turned it on. It took a little while to get acclimated. He said that also in the post-game press conference, but now he seems to be in full stride with this Kings team. He was awesome, just awesome on Friday night.
I mean, started out slow, let the game come to him, really didn't press anything. But, man, when he got it going and he saw that ball go through the net, man, I mean, it just lit up. Seems like he can get to the rack whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
When Zach LaVine has his mind made up and he puts that ball on the ground, Scott, and he drives to the basket, those 2 long strides, he has almost, not quite just the same, but almost the Giannis KD stride. When he picked the ball up, he covers a lot of ground once he picks it up.
Yeah, no, he's tough to defend. And when he gets that step back going, it's almost unguardable. And the whole Kings starting lineup again was fantastic. They shot over 50% from the field. They were 45% from three. Didn't shoot it well from the free throw line, just 63%. But the numbers were very good offensively. And it was great to see Keegan was aggressive in that game. Had 19.
Another game where Keegan Murray has decided to bring his game to another level and, really go out there and push the envelope. I like seeing that from Keegan Murray. I think Keegan still has another gear he can get to, but, I'm fine with that. This is his third year. He's still finding his way. He's still trying to figure it out, but I'm glad that he's starting to be very aggressive right now for the Kings on offense.
Yeah, he's starting to turn it up and certainly putting up some more shots, certainly from three. Had 3 makes on 7 attempts. Those are good numbers to see from him. And then Jonas Valanciunas in Domas's place has become the new Mr. Double-Double.
Big JV getting the job done. I am all for JV doing his thing, because I'm one that was definitely in JV's corner. I was the one that was definitely screaming, give that guy the ball. You can utilize him. He can be an asset for you offensively and defensively. And I'm glad he's starting to show that.
No doubt. 7 of 8 field, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, another block shot. He is really just doing it all for the Kings right now.
And, Scooter, the good thing about it is that he's given a chance now. I honestly thought when Sabonis was in the lineup, they didn't look for him. They didn't, it was one of those things to where, all right, yeah, he's on our team, but we're not really looking for you. Yeah, you're just a piece of the puzzle, but we're not really looking for you. Now that Sabonis is out, his importance to the offense has really shot through the roof, because now you can say, okay, well, we didn't know. Well, we kind of knew, but we didn't know, but we could use you now. And, guess what? Now you're starting to produce. Good deal. Sabonis, take your time. We need you, but take your time. Big Val holding it down.
No doubt. 71-point second half for the Kings after that 36-point second quarter. They've got things going offensively. They win that game 127-109. They get back 4 games above 500. We'll talk about the Western Conference standings when we get back, but just one other thing, just to note, that's Stephon Castle. He's going to be a special player. I mean, you can see the Spurs are coming when they get Wemby back healthy next year. Knock on wood that everything goes okay with Wemby. And then you've got a star in Stephon Castle emerging. You put that in the mix with De'Aaron Fox when he gets healthy. They're going to get some other pieces. Darren Vassell, of course, is very good. Sohan can rebound the heck out of the basketball. Keldon Johnson. You can see the Spurs are coming.
They have pieces, no doubt. It's not like, Scott, they have to go out and really revamp their team. They got the pieces right there.
A lottery pick coming this year. Too.
They got the pieces right there. And if you add a couple of more, and think about it, don't know if Harrison Barnes going to still be there or not, but he's still a viable a viable piece for that team. Maybe you can go out and get a couple of more veterans, but San Antonio should be in the seat of, okay, we're blowing this up and we're just blowing everybody out.
No doubt. And of course, it was HB coming back. It was his second time, of course. Jordan McLaughlin, since being traded, his first time back as well. That kind of got overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, Jay got no love.
No, but he did get into the game for a couple of minutes.
He got no love.
All right. We have wrapped up things on San Antonio. When we come back, we'll start looking at the Western Conference. Big game tonight with the Clippers. We updated all the conference standings, everything else going on throughout the league as well. We'll take you until 6 o'clock tonight. It's a 6:30 tip at the Intuit Dome. We'll have all the action right here on KHTK. More of Game Night coming to you here, right here. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings. Kings.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Sacramento, what's up? It's your boy Henry Turner, aka the High Flyer here. Hey, you need something extraordinary? You like soul food? Howard Gumbo is the place for you. Family recipe straight from New Orleans. Gumbo is off the chain, good like mama makes. Check out their $5 bowl of gumbo. It's the best in the business. And when you talk fried catfish, fried snapper, sides, red beans and rice, Cajun rice, and gumbo fries. 2120 Marconi Ave in Sacramento. When you walk up, tell them the High Flyer sent you.
Ooh, ma.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
Calm, I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance. But GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Welcome back to the game night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall along with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. Game night, as always, being brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. It's an organization near and dear to the heart of both of us. If you're looking to do something great in this community, help a child out, maybe a child that needs an outside influence in their lives, an outside mentor, they come from a single-parent household. You want to be a factor in somebody's life like that. Check out Big Brothers Big Sisters. Go to bbbs-sac.org. Get all the information there. You'll get a lot out of that if you decide you want to go that direction. All right. We'll be with you until 6 o'clock tonight, getting you ready for Kings Live pregame. If you want to join the program, you can. 916-339-1140. Kings and Clippers tonight. And Henry, this is a big one. I mean, all the games are big now. The Kings have 20 games left. So every single one is a big game. But if you look at the Western Conference standings right now, the Clippers are 34-29. The Kings are 33 and 29. The Clips have the 8th spot. The Kings have the 9. These two teams could easily match up in a play-in situation. And the thing of it is, the Clippers won the first 2 games of the season here. So if they win tonight, it's effectively a 3-game swing because it's a 2-game swing regardless of who wins and loses, right? Mm-hmm. Then you throw the extra game on if the Clippers win because they would have all tiebreakers against the Kings.
Right.
So it's huge.
Let's think about it this way. You say 20 games left.
Yep.
If the Kings play 500 basketball.
Yep, 43 and 39.
Would that be enough?
It would put them in a play-in. It's not going to be enough for the top 6, I don't think.
You don't think it's enough for them to squeeze in the top 6?
No, because right now the Rockets have 39 wins, and they're in the 5 spot.
Okay.
The Warriors have 36 wins in the 6th spot. So the Warriors, who have 18 games left, would have to go at a minimum 7 and 11, and then you'd have to have the tiebreaker against them.
Okay, we do have a tiebreaker against the Warriors, don't we?
We don't.
We don't?
No. In fact, we have to win down there because the Warriors right now are ahead of us.
Right. So we would have to win down there.
Yep.
And play probably.
And we'd be tied on the season if we win.
And out of 20 games, we probably would have to win 14.
14 puts you at 47 and 35. You probably don't. The Rockets, would they go 8 and 10? I mean, you have the tiebreakers against the Rockets. They've been struggling. They've won their last couple. They're 5 and 5 in their last 10. Are they going to play 8 and 10 ball the rest of the way? I don't know. The Warriors, again, you think at some point they're going to cool off, but they've won 10 of their last 11 games since Jimmy Buckets has been there. They're 10 and 1.
Then really reinsurge that basketball team.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, Scott, is that Jimmy hasn't had crazy games.
No, he hasn't.
He's just had decent games. Yeah. It seems like that's all they needed was a solidified guy to come in and give them 15, 17 a night. Jimmy hasn't had a night where he's had 30, 35 for the Warriors yet.
No, and this might sound crazy, but I do believe this to be the case, is that Jimmy Buckets has made Steph and Draymond better.
I would say it takes a little bit off of their plate.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Because when you only have 2 options out there really solidified as offensive players, and I honestly don't think Draymond's a big-time option. I think he's playing better than what he played last year.
He hit a huge 3 last night in the Detroit game to win that game.
Yes, he's playing better than he played last year.
He is.
He's not that first-year Draymond Green. That first championship Draymond Green, he was balling back then.
Oh, for sure.
But
it's his belief right now.
Yeah, right now, with them having Jimmy Buckets, it opens up a little bit more because Jimmy Buckets gets more respect than Wiggins did.
Yeah.
And then, he's
better defender.
Yes. And he's kind of bringing on more so of the Clay role to where, okay, they got 3 options and you may be able to stop 2, but you're not going to stop 3.
Yeah. Moody's played well. Pajetsky shot the ball well. GP2. I mean, they do have enough other pieces to keep it rolling.
Those are the other guys that have really help this team out. And I really want to see where they're going to go when they get Kuminga back.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be interesting to see when in March they get him back, how long it takes to get him acclimated, how he fits in everything else.
You can say what you want about the young man. He has talent.
Oh, for sure.
He has big time talent. And, I think it's a reason why they kept him, because I honestly think he's going to be the parent to Draymond.
It's interesting because they didn't give him the contract. He becomes a restricted free agent at the end of the year. So it'll be interesting to see what his, free market value is, but it'll just be interesting to see when he gets back, how he fits with the flow of what's going on. Cause obviously the Warriors are playing fantastic basketball right now.
They are. They're playing very good ball.
They're rolling. As for the downside with the Kings, I mean, you've got the Mavs at 32 and 33. They've got 17 games left. There's talk that AD's closer to coming back than maybe thought. He's doing some on-court activities, but I don't think the Mavericks can be salvaged right now. I mean, maybe they get a 10 spot. They're a half game up or 1 game up in the loss column of both Phoenix and then 3 games up in the Trailblazers. But I think if anything, they're just trying to hold on to a 10 spot.
But you know what, Scooter, what I'm hearing that's coming out of AD's camp is that AD might be ready to come back, but his camp they're not looking at this situation as, okay, hurry up and come back. It's one of those things where he might be able to come back, but take your time.
Well, and here's the thing.
Especially since Kyrie went down.
Right. And then, there's always talk when injuries happen, right? And so there's been a lot thrown out there that after the trade was made, Dallas felt pressure to get AD out there. AD felt pressure because of how much the trade was being panned. And so he played that first game, maybe wasn't fully healthy to do so, hurt himself in the process. And then because of that, Kyrie starts playing even more minutes. You look at Kyrie, he was playing like the most minutes in the league. Did that lead to the ACL? I think all of that is unfair, honestly, but you're going to have that talk, of course, when things start spiraling downwards like they have in Dallas.
No, no doubt. I'll definitely give you that. But I can see, when Kyrie went down and the prognosis came back to where he was going to be out for the rest of the year, AD's camp is like, put on the brakes, take your time.
What are you coming back for?
Pump your brakes. Exactly. What are you coming back for? Why rush it?
Yeah. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because the Mavericks, even if they sneak in somehow, some way, they're not going to be a threat.
You're not going anywhere.
No, not at all. So,
because here's the deal. Even if AD said, okay, I'm coming back, when is Lively, Gafford, and the rest of the guys, PJ Washington, when are those guys coming back?
Gafford's closer than anybody else. He might be back this week. But in terms of some of the other guys, I don't know their timelines. But still, even if you get all of those guys back without Kyrie,
you're not making that run.
No, I don't think so either. No. So, but anyway, so the Kings, again, it feels like they're going to be in the play-in. And of course, being 8 or 7 is better than 9 or 10 because you have a chance to get in right away with one game. Clearly, if you can get to a top 6, that's way better because you're already in the playoff situation. But it does feel to me, with the way the Warriors are playing and where Houston's at right now, I mean, Houston has 6 more wins than the Kings. They're going to be really tough to catch.
Got you. Okay, so let's put it this way. In order for them to say they want to be in those first 2 spots for the play-in, they still have to play 500 ball.
They do, because the T-Wolves have 3 more wins than them right now, same amount of losses. The Clippers have 1 more, and that's why this game tonight is so huge.
Right.
It's so huge. It is the swing literally between that 8 and 9 line.
Mm-hmm. They have to play 500 ball.
They do. They really do. And this Clippers team, they've won their last couple of games. James Harden's been the old James Harden, but they have injuries as well. Mm-hmm. There's no Norman Powell tonight.
Right.
Obviously, they brought in Ben Simmons. He was producing a little bit, but he's out now. He's going to miss another game with knee soreness. So, they're banged up coming into this one as well. So that'll make it interesting.
Is Kawhi going tonight? Because he's been in and out.
Kawhi is going tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have a full injury report coming up. The Gingery and Hammer injury report coming your way a little bit later on. That's right. It's Hammer time.
That's right.
When we come back, we're going to go around the league, though. Obviously, big game in Boston last night between the Lakers and the Celtics. LeBron getting banged up in that game. We'll get you update on all of that. A milestone moment for Steph Curry. Another one for him as he reaches the 25,000 point plateau, becomes the 26th player in NBA history to do that. So we'll break that all down and more. If you want to join us, you can. 916-339-1140. We'll get it done. We're up and running in our YouTube chat as well. Game night being brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. More of Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
With so many newsletters, blogs, podcasts, and such about the game of golf, I appreciate the listen here at Golf to Go. But here's one I look forward to in my inbox. It's called Power Fades and written by a fellow New Englander named Jim McCabe. He covered the game for the Boston Globe for 23 years, going on to cover the PGA Tour for Golf Week magazine, followed by a position with the PGA Tour as Senior Manager of Communications. Since 2021, he has self-published his digital golf newsletter called Power Fades. McCabe says he has a passion for playing golf that is surpassed only by his passion for writing about people who have a passion for playing golf. I open his newsletter with a smile on my face, knowing I'll encounter another's highs and sometimes lows, as McCabe writes with great sentiment about regular people's regular lives and their place in the game. And his front 9 musings add humorous reflections to this tidy package. Visit powerfades.com now and thank me later. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the keys. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 rising from payroll, platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Look out, world, we're getting strong. The future's here and we belong. She can STEM, she can do more. Like build a rocket and watch it soar. Clean the oceans and make the world a better place. Oh, she can STEM, so can you. Find a cure, invent something new. There's no challenge in the world that she can't face. She can STEM.
Learn more at She Can STEM. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. Getting you ready for the Kings and the Clippers. Big one tonight with all sorts of playoff play-in implications as we get to the final quarter of the season here. We'll break that down in our next segment, get you the injury reports. But right now, we want to go around the league. Game Night, of course, being brought to you by our new sponsor, Howard Gumbo. I know you were thinking about going by there before the game today.
Yeah, I just didn't get back in time. You know, I'm definitely still got the catfish platter on mind. And like I said, I'm still going to go with them gumbo fries. That's going to be my next thing.
Well, the good news is if you can sneak out at some point, they're open until 8 o'clock. I don't know how you'll do it because you're on the air all during that time, but they're open until 8 o'clock tonight, 2 to 8 on the weekends, 11 to 8 Thursdays and Fridays. 2120 Marconi Avenue. You and I are going to go over there and have some lunch sometime.
Oh, no doubt, for sure.
We'll make that happen. All right, let's go around the league. Again, last night, the marquee game, Boston and LA. Some people are now thinking that's a preview of the NBA Finals. That might be a leap too far, but the Lakers have been playing great, and we all know the Celtics are the defending champs. Boston wins that game last night, but the bigger news in that one, LeBron James doesn't finish the game, exited in the fourth quarter with a groin injury. Shams reporting today that most likely LeBron will miss a week or two.
Wow. I will say this. Boy, the national media loves pushing the LA Lakers, don't they?
Of course they do.
They want to push them all the way to the finals so bad. I mean, it's almost like disrespect to the OKC Thunder.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like disrespect. Do you know that Shea and company is walking through the West? LA has nothing for them, and y'all talking about, oh, well, this could be a preview. Get out of here.
Okay. All right. That's why I said it could be a stretch, a step too far.
2 steps.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to argue with that. The Thunder, they're 53-11. They're crushing it.
Crushing it.
They're by far and away the best team in the Western Conference.
Right, but don't get no love. I mean, I'm telling you, our national media coverage, man, the way they look at teams is just crazy to me.
But it is incredible what the Lakers are doing.
No, they're playing good.
They are.
Hey,
we got to give them credit.
I'm like Charles Barkley. They're playing good basketball. But for Kendrick Perkins to say the LA Lakers have saved the NBA, come on, bro. Stop.
Did too much. All
exactly.
Right. Okay, that's fair. And the bigger question, of course, how do you think the Lakers fare? They're going to be without LeBron for a couple of weeks. I mean, that's why obviously they have Luka, but will they be able to keep at the same pace they are without the King?
Come on, man. I mean, LeBron is playing at a big time level. So without LB, let's see if Luka Don is going to be able to put everybody on his shoulders and do what LeBron does.
And what kind of gets lost in the shuffle when Luka came over, Austin Reeves was playing the best basketball of his career. He kind of got buried with Luka and LeBron, but we'll see if he can step back up. He's obviously going to have the ball a lot more now.
He's going to have to because, one guy don't run a whole team. He's not – even when LeBron tries to do it, he can't will that team to win by himself. Some other guys have to step up.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously Tatum had a huge night last night in the win. He had 41. Jaylen Brown had over 30 in the win. And they're thinking, you know what? We're the best duo in the league. It's not LeBron or Luka anyways.
Hey, it's like this, Scott. They're the champs. They're supposed to have that swag. They're supposed to have that bravado, Until you knock us off, just call me champ.
Yeah. All right. We talked about the Warriors. They got a big win versus Detroit last night. Winners of 10-11 since Jimmy Buckets come over. Another milestone moment for Steph Curry. Became the 26th player in NBA history to score 25,000 career points. Did it in the third quarter of the last night's 115-110 victory. Maybe of even bigger note, he's one of just 10 players who has done it all with the same team. And that list is the highest of high.
Oh, for sure. And, and I will give Golden State their flowers. Yes, it's a big game for them beating Detroit because Detroit's been playing great basketball lately.
Mm-hmm. They have.
Detroit ain't the same Detroit to where you used to look at them and just laugh. It's like,
this isn't the team that lost 20, 29 games last year in a row.
The Pistons. No, not that team.
They're a playoff team.
That team is a straight playoff team. They've been playing good basketball. So for Golden State to go in there and grab that game, yes, it's a big game.
No doubt. So Curry had 32 last night. He turns 37 this week on Friday. We talk about LeBron all the time at 40. Mm-hmm. Curry at 37. How many years do you think this guy's got left?
I think he could play for a very long time. Him, just like Chris Paul, neither one of those guys' game is predicated on explosiveness, speed, above the rim type action. None of that. As long as Steph Curry can catch the ball and shoot it, he will be in this league. And that goes a long way. The same way with Chris Paul. People were like, wow, Chris Paul got over 20 years in this league. Mm-hmm. As long as Chris Paul can dribble a basketball and see the floor, he's able to affect a basketball game. He's just that good.
Yeah. Obviously, the Knicks come here tomorrow night. They're going to be without Jalen Brunson. They have signed free agent P.J. Tucker to a 10-day contract. So we're going to see P.J. Tucker in a Knicks uniform tomorrow night.
That doesn't scare me. No way, no how. PJ is a guy that comes in and plays the villain role. He's like Dylan the villain without the offensive presence of Dylan. He's going to do the dirty work. He's going to play defense. He's going to grab rebounds. He's going to dive on the floor. He's going to help you in that aspect. Is he going to give you anything that Brunson leaves off? No.
Yeah, and of course, Tucker was last with the Clippers before they made the move and got rid of him, but he'll be with the Knicks. And of course, we'll look forward to that tomorrow night at Golden One Center. That will be a tough game, obviously, for the Knicks without Jalen Brunson, who, again, is probably, with the injury, maybe not. But I mean, he seriously could be first team All NBA this year.
Oh, for sure. You know what he's doing in New York and got those guys back to being relevant is second to none. He's definitely going to get some good time awards and accolades.
Yeah, no doubt. And for the Rockets, we talked about them. They're right now in the 5 spot, but they could slide. And Amen Thompson last night exited the game, and he was seen walking off in a walking boot.
Oh, that's going to hurt because that young man has been big time for them.
Yeah, he has.
You know, I finally had a chance to just sit down and watch him and what he does and what he brings. He's going to be the next thing in this league. He's got that type of game to him, Scott.
Yeah.
Explosiveness, 6'7", 6'8", long plays above the rim. And he's a young player, but he plays like a veteran already. He's seeing exactly what needs to be done on the floor.
Yeah, he's a special player, and he is athletic as all get out. There's no question about that whatsoever. All right, let's take a look at the games going on today. A couple of finals. The Suns beating the Mavs 125-116. That's a big game because, again, looking at that 10 spot, you know, Phoenix creeping up now. They're just one game back in the loss column. Dallas just having a hard time fielding players. They had 7 players, you know, recently in a game, and Jason Kidd, he couldn't go to the bench. He had nobody to put in.
Right. I mean, and that's bad when you're playing with a G League squad.
Yeah.
And you have no bench on your G League squad.
None.
I mean, you know, I really feel for my friend, man. And I know it's going to be tough, but, you know, Jay Kidd understands that, and he understands that he got to keep going. You can't quit. You got to keep trucking.
Thunder beat the Nuggets today, 127-103. SGA went for 40.
Put some respect on that man's
40.
name. Him and his team.
No doubt. The Joker, 24, 13, and 9. We can't overlook what he did on Friday night, though. The Joker, the first player in NBA history, 30, 20, and 20.
The dude is just a freak. I mean, really a freak, Scott. And you know, you would think that a guy that gives you those type of numbers has to be, you know, has to have the size and the tenacity of Shaq, has to have the game of LeBron James, has to have the basketball IQ of Chris Paul, because those are big time numbers.
Huge. I mean, never seen before numbers.
When you look at this dude, he looks like somebody that needs to be throwing Brahma bulls in the back of a truck somewhere. You would never think that he is this talented as a basketball player.
He is the GOAT. He is one of a kind. There's no doubt about that. All right. Grizz leading the Pelicans, third quarter, 83-75. You got the Sixers over the Jazz, 65-58. Cavs and Bucks, that game right now, after one. Cleveland leading 34-32. And the Timberwolves on top of the Spurs at home, 40-31. Later on tonight, Detroit's in Portland to take on the Trailblazers. And, of course, the game will focus in when we come back, Kings and Clippers. But before we do that, let's get to the phone lines. Rich, welcome into game night. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Thanks for holding and appreciate you calling. What's going on?
Good. My pleasure. I'm calling from San Diego. I'm a native Sacramentan, and I've been a Kings fan since they came to Sacramento. But I wanted to tell you guys, you do an awesome job, and I listen to your game night show almost every night.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, and I also wanted to let you know, you guys were talking about the white hat.
Yes. Can you get us one? Yeah, Rich, can you hear us still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you get us a couple?
I'm here.
Good.
Yeah.
The white hat you were saying.
Hear me?
We can hear you, Rich. Yeah. Can you still hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
So I got my white hat on, right?
Excellent.
I've got about 3 or 4 Kings hats and all kinds of jerseys. I just retired number 5, in the closet.
Yep.
I got a Mitch Richmond signed, USA. I've been,
You got the whole thing. Yep.
Anyway, yeah. But it's kind of funny because this white hat that I have, it's funny. I picked it up at the secondhand store down the road, and it has a different name on it. It says Hannah Holt. It is.
Yeah, Rich, I don't know what he was saying there, so we lost him. But I don't think it's the Kings hat we're talking about, High Flyer. But we do appreciate them listening to Game Night.
And you know what? No doubt, man. I mean, Rich, if you check us out every night, man, we definitely appreciate you listening. And at the end of the day, always tune in. Check us out. We always got something to say.
Yep, appreciate that. And when we come back, we'll have the injuries to say. We'll run down the Ginger and Hammer injury report for this one. Big one tonight, Kings and Clippers. Game night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake.
Yeah, no, I've got it. And I had that call too. No worries there.
With a two-hand clutch, makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, a.k.a. the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball floor, but now it's your turn to be amazing. For more than 55 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento has helped out the youth beat many odds. Too many littles, especially boys, are still waiting for volunteers, Big Brothers. Volunteers to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a month with local youth who needs guidance and support. So donate your time to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area. Get involved. It's easy as a layup. Call 916-646-9300.
If variety is the spice of life, InShape Fitness is a spice rack of fitness clubs where you can hit the floor, hop on a bike, part the waters, or lift the weights to keep your workout routine from ever feeling routine. We are in shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Naturewood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or you're more classic leather, Naturewood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Naturewood's selection. During Naturewood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit, enjoy the comfort of leather at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help. Whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need, they'll take care of you at National Garage Door. 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Welcome back to the Game Night, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. We're taking you until 6 o'clock tonight, getting you ready for Kings Live pregame. 6:30 tip on a Sunday night in LA, Kings and Clippers at the Intuit Dome. Henry, I know you and we wanted to do game night from there. Didn't happen this year. We'll get it done next year.
No doubt, man. I want to go down there and see the nice new venue.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the final meeting there between the Kings and the Clips. And, of course, LA is going for the series win tonight. They've won the first 2 games against the Kings. They won 107-98 back in Sacramento on November 8th. That was early in the year. And then that blowout 104-88 game, November 22nd. Remember that was that horrible first half by the Kings.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
Just to where, seemed like they were running in mud, Scott. So, hopefully we won't see no more games like that. You know, we got a different squad. We got, some more different pieces. And hopefully this new team that we have it together. Don't know what's going to happen with our two main guys, but, our guys that we got coming off the bench that's replacing them has been playing pretty good ball.
Yeah, let's get you to that Ginger and Hammer injury report. Again, if you're ever in an injury, just call Gingery. For the Kings, we know Monk and Sabonis both out. Now, here's the good news. They both completed individual workouts yesterday. They're progressing towards returning to play, but both have been ruled out for tonight. Sabonis has also been ruled out for tomorrow night. He'll be reevaluated on Tuesday. As for Monk, we'll find out with that right toe sprain. Most likely it'll be Keon starting again along with JV Jonas Valanciunas. As for the Clippers in this one, we mentioned they're also missing some key players. Norman Powell is out with a hammy. Ben Simmons out with the knee. So that's your Ginger and Hammer injury report for tonight.
Now, Scott, we already said that in order for the Kings to make it to where they need to make it, to where they need to be, they got to play 500 basketball. That's going to be tough when you're losing, when you don't have the access of Monk and Sabonis. So Sabonis is going to be out for at least the next 2 games, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And we still don't know, how long is it going to take Monk to come back. And we're talking 500 basketball.
And we're talking the second toughest schedule left in the league.
They better get it together.
We have not seen Cleveland yet.
Either way.
Boston's coming.
Yes. I mean, better start playing some big-time ball.
Yeah, so this is where it becomes crunch time for sure. No Norman Powell tonight, but there is a man by the name of James Harden. I know he's not your favorite player in the league to watch, but he is putting up 50 games.
That's the thing, Scott. I don't like his game. I really don't, but I got to respect it. I have to respect his game because he's very effective. I don't like the way he gets it done. The dribble, pass, dribble, dribble. I hate watching that, but he is so good at it. He's one of the best in the business. And when you're having a game like that, but nobody can't stop it, you got to ride with it.
No doubt. Last time out, they beat the Knicks at home, 105-95. Of course, Brunson did not play in that game either. Harden just had 27 after that 50-point effort the game before. Kawhi Leonard back in the starting lineup. He's been playing. He played 37 minutes on Friday night, so he's getting healthier. He's trying to make that playoff run. What do you make of the Clippers overall? I mean, when they get Powell back, they're going to be better, obviously, but they've got Leonard and Batum, Zubats, Harden. You get Powell, he'll be in that starting lineup. They picked up our bogey, before the trade deadline, Derek Jones off the bench with Amir Coffey. What do you think about those 8?
They have very good complementary guys. I'm not saying that they have the 1-2 punch of some of these other teams or a big 3 like some of these other teams, but they do have guys that know how to play ball, Scott. They do have guys that will do the brunt work. They do have guys that have high basketball IQ. So that will go a long way if you have the service of all those guys together.
That will be interesting. It's a huge game tonight for the Kings down in LA. They've got to get the win to keep any hope of having a series tie with the Clippers, and that could make all the difference coming down the stretch with all the tiebreakers. That's going to do it for game night. As always, Henry, great to work with you. Have a great call tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, coming up next, Kings Live pregame. Jason Ross will be in for that 6:30 tip tonight. G-Man on the call. He had a great weekend down there. It was great to see his post from Santa Monica, taking in the beach, taking in the patio up top. And I know he'll be ready to call this one tonight. Kings and Clippers, keep it tuned here all evening long. We've got you covered right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band. I got it. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis